Alright guys, I need your opinion. We went to a grocery store in Spokane, Washington, and when we got our shopping cart, you know that little flappy thing that's in like the little kid's seat that flaps up and down? That was flapped up, and in between that little bitty area was a lottery ticket. This lottery ticket was not scratched off, but this little barcode thing was scratched off. What do we do? Do we keep it? Scratch it? It becomes ours? Do we turn into customer service because somebody accidentally left a scratcher ticket? Do we assume because somebody scratched that little barcode that they didn't want it anymore? Or maybe, did they scratch it, scan it, know the results, and leave it on purpose for the next person? Obviously we kept it, because it's here. And it actually was a $25 winner. So it was a $20 card, and it won $25. And we were very excited. I let the kids scratch it, and it was really fun for us, but part of me feels a little bad that there's a chance that someone accidentally left it. But I don't know, the little code was scratched off. They knew that they won, so they either left it on purpose or they're careless. What do you think? Should we have turned it in? Today, we are leaving Kennewick, Washington, and heading to Quincy, Washington. Not too far away. We're kind of going all over the place in Washington, and I have trouble keeping it straight, so I have to ask Rod like 100 times, where are we going next? How long are we staying there? It is 1,000 Trails campsite, and we are there for 1 week. So the kids loved this place because they have a playground close to the RV. They have a game room, which they found a friend who likes to bring her Barbies and her babies, and they can go inside in the air conditioning because it's hot here, and they can play inside with their friend, and they've had a really good time the last week here. So they're a little bit sad, and they're still at the playground right now as we're packing up, getting ready to leave. So I have to go get them, and they're not going to be happy about it.
They're vitamins. Yummy.
Are you girls ready to go?
No.
How come?
I don't want to leave.
Say goodbye to your friend. Bye, Cadence.
Bye. Bye.
It was nice playing with you. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Aw. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody. We finally got some baby locks for our cabinets. So these things, even though they feel like they're tight and they lock, the heavy things on the inside, I've pushed this door open. So, before we leave, we will lock the cabinets. And we lock the fridge. This thing. In the bathroom, I just put some of the loose things into the sink so they don't roll around. Our cup and plate cabinet has opened a couple times. We had some glass break, but that was probably our fault for bringing the glass, and I didn't get a lock for the handles. The Target sells like a 4-pack, and I need one, and there's no way I'm paying for 4 just to get one because I'm cheap. So this is my solution today, and we're gonna see if it works.
Yes.
I'm going to need to see proof of insurance on your truck.
Okay.
And I'll check you into the computer and be right back. Can you puppy have a treat?
Yeah.
Sure.
I have a treat? Yeah.
Well, sure.
Yeah, here's one for your puppy, and I'll go get one for you. Here you go, puppy. Daddy. She's a nice lady. She's been in the car for a long time. It's been a long ride.
Not as bad as some. $117. That's a lot of water pressure.
We found our spot at the Crescent Bar,
Crescent Bar RV
Thousand,
Resort.
Thousand Trails.
In Quincy, outside of Quincy. Yeah, and the campground's right over the Columbia River, but it's hot.
It's really hot. There's not a lot of shade, and it's
the shady sites were all taken.
the shady sites.
Shady sites.
This one at least has a tree on the back side, so there's a chance at some point in the day we'll have shade. But I can see the river from our site, and we're close to the pool and the bathrooms and
Power works so far.
fireworks. Teeny tiny playground, but it's still a playground, I guess.
And it's full hookups, which I wasn't sure of.
We're here for 1 week. So that's our first impression. If we do find any negatives, you know, sometimes we can be negative, but something got me. If we do find any criticisms or critiques maybe, we will post them throughout our week. I'm not really sure what we're doing while we're here. I think we're going to Wenatchee one day and hopefully to some farmers markets and going to the river and things like that. So we will update you as our week goes along. Daddy tangled herself by rolling around. Daddy, what are you doing? Hey, look! My child-proof latches worked. And the fridge is still locked. And the rubber scraper held up.
Well, we went to the place to give the lady the form, and when we were walking back, a lady said, hold on a second, and then out of her car, bubbles came. The big one is I splashed it on you.
No!
We're gonna go play in the Columbia River! Yay!
So there's a trail, a walking trail just outside of our campsite, which leads us down to the Columbia River, and there's several little beach areas. So we're gonna go play in the water. We came back and we're dropping off Yadi because she was having fun, but she's also kind of hard. I don't want to let her go without having her on a rope or something. I don't know how far she'd swim out, and I certainly don't want to go in there after her. And it's not as much fun when you have to watch the dog more than I'm watching the kids. So we are returning Yadi to the RV, and we are going to go back out.
We've been here 7 nights. I don't think we'll be coming back to Quincy, Washington. It'd be fine if we had a boat. It'd probably be really good if we had a boat. It seems like it's a big vacation lake place. But that's about it. It's hot and dry. And yes, I'm a whiner and a complainer. I'm from Missouri. I'm tired of the hot, dry desert. At least we're going to the west soon. And then we'll be in the rainy, wet part of Seattle, and I can complain about that then. So they're supposed to have Wi-Fi, and it's been broken. I thought it's turned off. I thought about just turning it on to see if it would work, but I didn't. There's no dog bark. There's a lot of little pokey things you can step on. I'm a little disappointed that the sites overlooking the river, I think there's like 10 of them, that they were occupied all week or they were tent sites. And the ones that were occupied all week, probably half of them were long-term sites. So, you know, you come here for the view of the river. You can't even really get into those sites. And also the 50 amp shady sites, those rigs didn't move all week either. So if you're coming here, unless you get really lucky, you're gonna be in a sunny back in either near the resort next door, that's pretty loud,
or the back, nowhere near the river.
Or you'll be by the road. I guess of the two, I can kind of see the river right now. On the positive side, there is a nice paved trail, mostly paved, a little bit gravel, that runs along the river and down the Crescent Bar area. I think it was about a mile before I had to turn around. There's some little side streets, but it was nice. It's manicured and seems to be well taken care of. There was a man in a golf cart picking up trash. Be careful of him, he'll run you over.
The only complaint of this spot is you can see there's this tree behind us, which doesn't provide a lot of shade, but it's a little bit better than nothing. And then behind that is like a resort community with houses and condos and things, and they were a little loud at night, like 2 in the morning, screaming, music playing, that whole thing. So we went to the pool several times. It's not the biggest, but it's a pool, right? Olivia's been a little apprehensive in the water, so we had big moments on this trip. She actually put her whole face under the water.
I've never done before.
No.
And I am braver than her.
Oh, we're not comparing.
I want to stay here. I don't like the spiky things. If you ever come here, the white things that look like rocks, yeah, behind your campsite and stuff, round up the place, those are spikies and they get stuck in your shoe. I could show you one. That's on my shoe.
We had a few complaints, but nothing too major. Like the bathrooms don't have air conditioning, and the high was like 106 here this week. So you're taking a shower and you're sweating because it's hot. The pluses is that we've been to some campgrounds that you can't control your water temperature, or you have to push the button over and over every 20 seconds. That was not the case here, and the fact that it had a pool and it has the river is very nice. There is like a lodge area. It's an air-conditioned building with pool and foosball and some tables if you want to sit down to eat. There's picnic tables and a gazebo that overlooks the river, so you can relax down there. On Saturdays, there's a restaurant at the resort next door that comes over and cooks some breakfast, and we had that today, and it was very tasty. It was $5 for 2 pancakes, and you paid an extra $1 if you wanted an egg cooked to order. There's also biscuits and gravy for $5. They do have washers and dryers here. They don't have a change machine, so if the office has some quarters, they'll sell them to you, but you might want to bring your own if you're planning to do laundry. It's $2.25 a wash and $2.25 a dry, and they have 4 stackable units. The benefit of this type of unit that they have here is the dryer ran for 70 something minutes, and it didn't need that much time. So at least at your $2.25, you don't have to re-dry or come home and try to dry your clothes and towels yourself, because a lot of places they don't do the job. These dryers were good. So wrapping up our visit here at the Crescent Bar RV Park, which is part of the 1,000 Trails collection, because it was an encore park. Ron and I said we probably wouldn't come back here, but that disappointed the kids because they actually really enjoyed it. They love the pool, they love the river, and they actually just like playing in the dirt, which there's plenty of dirt here because they're not paved sites. Besides the pokey things, at least there was no bugs. There's been so many campgrounds that are full of flies or gnats or bees like the last 1,000 Trails, so that's a plus. Bugs were not a problem here. The power worked great. Full hookups here, so that is a big benefit. We've had a couple campgrounds with this heat. Everybody's running their air conditioning and the power would go out. That did not happen. The campground did have a leak, we think, and they shut the water down for a couple hours in the middle of one of the days, but not that big a deal. So overall, kind of like a mediocre level. I don't really know how to rate it. We don't have a system yet for that. But if we didn't have the Trails collection or the 1,000 Trails membership, we wouldn't have come here. We wouldn't have chosen this spot. But it was nice to experience the area and see Wenatchee and Quincy and the Columbia River, so it wasn't too bad.
They will not receive mail here either.
Oh, that's a big one. No mail.
When I asked, they reluctantly said they would receive medicine and RV parts, but there's a big sign that says no packages, and in the rule book it says send a general delivery to Quincy. So that was a bummer because we got some stuff we want to get, and I didn't want to do the hassle of finding a UPS store or no mail.
So I hope you enjoyed our video about the Crescent Bar RV Park with the 1,000 Trails membership. Give us a thumbs up on the video. Make sure you subscribe because we're going to do these at all the 1,000 trails that we visit. And you'll also get to see all the things we do in town, visiting national parks, RVs, struggles and triumphs, and just getting to know us. We hope you would like that. So please subscribe, click the little button here, and then watch some more videos. Let us know what you think. See you next time. Well, people say you can't just ignore a problem and it'll go away. We ignored the fact that our faucet in our bathroom wasn't working, and about after a week, it works again.